Yo, man, what it is and what it ain't, man. It's your boy BL Ratchet from the We Are Florida podcast, presented by Mix One Essentials, and I'm here today with special guests.
It's Coach Bruce, Brandon High School, man.
Coach Chuck, Brandon High School.
Man, what it is and what it ain't with y'all today?
Man, slow motion, man. Just trying to get on the grind, man. You know how I go.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, my boy?
Just trying to promote the Brandon High School. You know, things have been down. We just trying to bring them back up.
For sure. I ain't gonna lie though, Brandon High School, that's out there.
Oh yeah.
Like what area, what part of you know what I'm saying, Florida that is though? For the people that don't know, like what Brandon at?
It's like right east of Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, he from Tampa. It's right east of Tampa.
Yeah. Okay. So like, you know what I'm saying? How y'all got involved with coaching? How y'all, like, you know what I'm saying? How you started coaching, bro?
So once I stopped playing, I played football for a couple of years. I played in college. I played in the CFL a little bit. I played in the Arena Football League. And then once my body just started wearing down on me, I'm like, I still want to, I love the game so much. Yeah, I love the game so much. I still want to kind of, have an impact on the kids and then still be able to fulfill my need to be part of the sport.
For sure.
So I just started coaching. I started teaching a little bit, and then I've been rocking ever since.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What about you, bro?
So I played at Jefferson High School. So I played high school football, have always loved football. Obviously, I didn't go on to the college level, but I've always wanted to coach. And so I got the opportunity to coach youth league football. Mm-hmm. So I did that for a few years.
What team?
Then, I started with the Fishhawk
Wolves. Fishhawk? Yeah, Fishhawk
Wolves. And then I moved to the Valrico Rams.
Okay.
And so then last 3 years been at Sumner High School. It was a new school that opened up out there.
Yeah, that's a brand new school.
Yeah. So, and I'm kind of like Bruce, I wanted to kind of stay young. I'm getting old and what have you, but the kids keep you young, and I just love seeing the kids, coaching the kids, watching them grow, develop, become young men. And that's just something that I just love, man. It's a passion of mine, and it's something that definitely keeps me young. And, I'm just trying to move up the ranks as well. So, and Bruce gave me the opportunity, so.
For sure. So, like, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? You the head coach, like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get things up and rolling there.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep. So, like, what's like a main goal you got for, like, you know what I'm saying, changing the Brandon football team around?
I'll say the main thing, like we talk coming in, is we want to change the whole perception, like the image of the program. Mm-hmm. Like I talked to some of the kids, I'm a teacher too, and some of the kids, I'm like, I'm about to be the head coach at Brandon High School. They're like, Brandon suck, Brandon terrible, yada. I'm like, nah, like I'm finna be the head coach, like everything finna change. So it's more about changing the whole perception of the program.
Yeah, wanting people to actually come there and join and be a part of it. You feel me?
Yeah, and even the kids there taking pride in saying I go to Brandon High School. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's probably the biggest part.
But even like the kids that's on the team or whatever, like how they feel?
I mean, they starting to buy in. Like I told them we still in the honeymoon phase right now, but they starting to buy in. We say be here, XYZ. They there. The weight room, they've been getting stronger. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like I'm proud of them boys already.
Okay. Y'all getting ready for spring football?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. So we hitting the weights, getting stronger. Conditioning, running, kind of just setting the expectation how I expect things to go.
For sure. I'm not gonna like though. When you think about Brandon, bro, you think about like wrestling. Like they got a lot of wrestling little titles and shit.
Yeah.
But like they like Brandon High School always been known for wrestling though. So I know they can. I know they can build some big people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that weight room definitely help.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like, what college you went to, bro?
I went to University of Memphis.
University of Memphis.
Yeah.
How was that? How was that experience?
It was cool. So originally I'm from California, so I'm going from the West Coast. We got dry heat, and then I'm going to Memphis, Tennessee, with the humidity and all that. I remember the first day I was moving on the campus, and I'm just like sweating. I'm like, is something wrong with me or something? Like, what's going on? They're like, nah, that's just humidity. You in the South now, you know what I mean? So it was a good experience, being in the South, and then you hearing like the different language, like the drawl, the accents and all that. They say don't have an accent, but they have an accent to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So hearing the accents, and then you got the music scene hitting, you know what I mean? So it was just a different experience. I'm glad I did it. Cause I got people back home who've been stuck in California. They haven't been able to see. They ain't been able
to see what you done saw.
Right, exactly.
For sure. So like, you know what I'm saying, with you coaching and everything like that, like what's one of the main messages that you teach the students like off of the field? I
would say so. One of the biggest things for me,
teacher.
Right, for sure. Yeah. So one of the things for me is, like, when I played football, like, football taught me so much about being a man, you know what I mean? Like, being on time for things, being disciplined, being consistent. So that's kind of one of the same messages I try to put out, like, you know what I mean? Try to teach these kids, be on time for class, stop playing in the hallway. be mature, be consistent.
Is everything.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So just try to transfer. Yep. You already know.
Professionalism for sure.
Yep. Exactly.
Definitely.
So a lot of kids, my fault, go ahead.
No. What you was finna say?
I said a lot of these kids, they graduate high school, they don't have like those little elements that it takes to be successful once you hit the real world. Now you find them, you know what I mean, getting lost. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly. And there's a lot of coaches that just, you know what I'm saying, that jump in it just for the wins, just for the W's, you know what I'm saying? Yep. If you're going to get the wins, you got to get the wins off the field too. And that's when it really matters, because you want to see a kid 7 years from down the line after high school, like, dang, what that kid doing? Yep. You know what I'm saying? And you see that kid still striving. Right. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But, like, how you get a kid prepared for college?
The first thing is grades. Like, them being able to understand, like academics is important. You know, a lot of kids, and I guess I was that way to a certain extent, but it's like for them to understand, like, it's important to put focus in academics. When you get to college, they're not going to baby you and say, hey, be the class at this time, be a class, you know what I mean? You're an adult now, so you got to go to class, take notes, sit up front, you know, all the little small important details. So, you know, I think that's huge right there. Just being able to understand academics comes first. Because, again, if you're not qualified, if you have below a 2.0, you can't play, what you going to do now? You know what I mean? So if you start putting a priority into your academics now, then it starts translating. So in college, you take it seriously, and you have you go into it understanding this is for me, for my benefit. You know what I mean?
For sure. So, like, you know, social media play a big thing nowadays with a lot of these kids, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. So they see like their favorite NFL player going live all day, or doing this all day, doing, you know what I'm saying, recording all their workouts, doing this and that, you know what I'm saying? Or the college kid. Right. But how would y'all, you know what I'm saying, take it if a kid come there and got a lot of fame and, you know what I'm saying, would y'all embrace it, or y'all tell them like cool down a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And all he want to do is go live and show this or show that throw or this throw or that throw. Right. You know what I'm saying? This run, this catch, this tackle. Yeah. I
mean, we seen that a lot. I would say everything has to have a happy medium to it. Like, it has to be a balance. Yeah. Like, I don't mind. Like, I'm a progressive person. You know what I mean? So I understand as times change, you got to adapt to it. Change, yeah. Exactly. You know what I mean? So I embrace it, but at the same time, you have to kind of balance out where you're putting all your emphasis, you know what I mean, all your focus at. You can't be on the phone 24/7. Now your grades suffering, now stuff at home is suffering, you know what I mean? So you got to have that happy balance to it. So as long as they able to balance it and not getting a big head and, you know what I mean, all that, I'm good. Like, you know, do what you got to do, handle your business, but at the same time, handle your business. For sure. You know what I mean?
So what you think about all these, like, professional athletes getting in trouble and stuff now, though? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of like young athletes look up to these professional athletes. You get what I'm saying? Yep. And then back in the day, it wasn't too many athletes getting in trouble, but it was. Right. But it was kind of out of the spotlight. Right. You know
now you got social media blowing it up and see it.
That the same day it happened, we gonna find out about it. Right. Back then, like, somebody might do something, we might not find out about it for 2-3 weeks. They be like, man, that's old, bro. Right.
Now it's up under the rug. But nah, yes, it's crazy. And I watch the stuff all the time, like on social media. Like, these guys understand, like, John Morant. Like, dude, you have it made. What you need a gun for? Hire security. Sure. You know what I mean? Like, what you need to beat up a kid for? Like, just like crazy stuff. Like, and again, it's all due to like lack of knowledge. Like, he needs somebody in his corner saying, hey, you don't need to be on that. Like, let so-and-so handle it, or you don't need to be in that environment. If you got to be somewhere, someone told me, if you got to be somewhere where you need a gun, you don't need to be there.
You don't need to be there.
Exactly.
And if you walking into somewhere where you know you got animosity, you don't need to be there.
Exactly. Now, my dude, he used to be a sportscaster or sports editor. I know he got a lot of input on
so
it too.
I used to be a sports reporter. I've done a little radio, what have you. But we preach to the kids, like, you got to know who's around you. You got to know who you're hanging with, who you're friends with, what have you, because when you got kids that aren't in sports or aren't in something, they ain't got nothing to lose. So you get into a fight with them, or you get into a little scuffle or whatever, they ain't got nothing to lose. Big deal. They get 5 days, whatever. But you get 5 days, and then a recruiter comes in that, they're going to want to know everything about you. And we tell the kids, like, you've got a spotlight, especially when you play football. They have the biggest spotlight. everybody knows because, of course, like when we have home games or road games, you know, they dress up, what have you. So the teachers, the students, the administration, everybody knows. Yep. So when a recruiter comes in the office, oh, who you here to see? Oh, I'm here to see so-and-so. And they like, wow, okay. You know what I mean? A recruiter goes, wait a minute. But if they're like, oh, yeah, no, he's a good kid, this, you know, this, that, and the third, now that recruiter's going, okay, I got something here, you know? And it's a character issue. Like Bruce said before, these coaches, this is their livelihood. For sure. When they get you on campus, they don't want to have to worry about you. They don't want your name to be on their desk. Yeah. So if you're already having a character issue in high school, I mean, like we talk to them all the time. You know, there are, 25, 30 schools in Tampa alone. Those recruiters go to every school. Yeah. So they got hundreds of names on their board. They come to your school and find out you're a character issue, boom, you're off the board. Yeah. And you ain't getting back on the board. Yep. You know, so we try to preach to them, listen, you got to start this now because you can't wait until, my senior year or when I get into college. No, you got to start understanding and being responsible now.
Be responsible, you know what I'm saying, respectful, everything from the jump. You know what I'm saying?
Now check this out. So what he said, was it yesterday, day before? We had a kid get suspended for fighting. He texted me right after, Coach, the dudes, they tried to jump me and woo. I'm like, okay, you finna be a senior. You have some athletic potential. What you got to lose? What they got to lose? Nah, I get it, Coach. I'm like, yeah, you got to think, man. Like, walk away. Like, it don't make you less of a man to walk away. You can be like, all right, I'll catch you next. I told him, I ain't gonna say that right now.
Well, and not only that, but like we talked with the team as well, and we were like, guys, like we got to hang together. We're a family. Yep. These are your brothers. Like we spend more. You know, we've got kids. We spend just as much, if not more, time with our players than we do with our 100%. Kids. For sure. So we're trying to tell the kids, listen, these are your brothers, man. Like you see somebody, you know, that you know ain't doing right, and they over there hollering, you know, walk over to your brother. Hey, man, you good? Yeah, and if he turns to you and he like, you know, he gives you that look like, you know, he ain't good. You be like, all right, bro, hey, come on, let's go. Nah, man, he good. You know, walk him away. Get him out of that situation because, you know, hey, we need you, you know, because just like we told him, we've got to be able to depend on you and know that you're going to take care of business in school. So on Friday night, you're there to, you know, we tell the kids all the time, hey, it's great to be Friday nights, and like you said, you know, you got your little Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you showing your highlights or whatever, but it's what you do Monday through Thursday, and in the off season, the grind that gets you to that Friday night, you know, being a star. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yep, definitely. So what's big goals that y'all got this year, man? What's the big goals y'all got?
Again, and we talk all the time. We try to stay realistic. We want to win. I think they won 1 or 2 games in 3 years. We'll know we'll definitely win more than
one game.
Brandon has won 3 games in 5 years.
Right.
So they went 1-9 last year.
Right.
So I think our focus this year is, hey, let's get to 500.
Get to 500.
If we're at 5-5. Then everybody's going to be talking, hey, what's going on at Brandon? They 5-5. They were 1-9 last year, 0-10 the year before. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then, you know, once we get to 5 wins, why not 6? Why not 7 wins? You know what I mean? You got to kind of hold that carrot out for them.
And win in district, and then, you know, all that kind of stuff.
When the last time, like, they, you know what I'm saying, like, won, like more than 5 games?
It was like 2016.
I think it was 2016 or 2017 they got in the playoffs.
Like
so
I mean, but aside from just the winning games thing, it's more about just developing their character.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, we came in, the seniors that were graduating, I reached out to them like, hey, if you guys need anything with recruiting, you know, let me know. If you guys need anything with XYZ, let me know. They had this recruiting fair at Jefferson High School, was in February. I called all the seniors up, and again, this is me coming in. I didn't coach them. I know one of them because he went to Blake, but I'm like, hey, this is what you need to do. Let's get your transcripts together, get your little film together. I'm gonna go, you know, sell you to these scouts and all these colleges. This is what you need to have in place once we get going and everything. You know what I mean? So it's just more like just coming in, start building character. We talked to kids, this week, last week, what's your GPA? Oh, I got a 2.1, I got a 2.3, got an F in this class. Nah, we're not having that.
You got to get that up, bro.
Exactly. Yep.
For sure.
And at the end of the day, I mean, obviously everybody wants to win games, right, you know. Definitely. But at the end of the day, getting those kids to the next level, I mean, that to me, that's my job. That's my goal, is to develop these kids, give them the information and the knowledge and what have you to get to the next level and get them to the next level. You know what I mean? Because what are we doing here if we're not trying to help these kids get to college, And whether it's getting to college on an athletic scholarship or whether it's getting there on an academic, whatever gets you to the next level. I mean, I think we've heard it how many times? Knowledge is power, and in this world, the more knowledge that you have, the better off you're going to be. 100%. And that's all we're trying to do,
Definitely.
For sure. Definitely. So let's get into a couple quick questions, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? Barry Sanders or Walter Payton?
I got to go Barry on that one.
Barry?
I got to go Barry.
Okay, what about
Sanders.
You? Barry?
I got to go Barry on that one. Definitely.
Okay. 100%. Tom Brady or Peyton Manning?
I'm going Tom Brady. He don't like Tom Brady. I'm going Tom Brady off top.
I am not. I'm a Miami Dolphins fan, so I'm
a
Dan Marino guy all day long. But I like Peyton Manning too.
Okay.
They both good quarterbacks. I'm taking Tom though. I'm taking the GOAT. I'm taking the GOAT. He don't like him to be called the GOAT. That's the GOAT.
Sure. Offense or defense?
Offense.
I'm an offensive guy. That's my background. I would say defense though.
Okay.
I would say defense win championships.
Defense win championships.
Yep. They don't say it for no reason, man.
Yeah.
Defense
does
but
win championships.
You got to stop me, though.
Yeah, you got to stop.
Listen, I got an offensive mindset. Anytime we step on the field, we going for the end zone. You got to stop me. And I always tell people, I'm like, look, for defense, you got to stop me 4 times. All I got to do is catch you once.
Yep,
Let me catch you over the top once. Let me bust a run once. Yeah. And guess what? We up 7-0 now. And now you got to come back out, and now you got pressure again. And now you got to find out, okay, can you stop me again? We hit you again. Now you down 14-0. Now what are you going to do? You always hear that saying, pressure bursts pipes, and I want to put as much pressure on the defense as possible. Make them think the entire time they're out there, because defensive guys just want to read and react.
Yep. For sure. For sure. So, how hard would y'all say y'all schedule is this year? Have y'all seen it yet?
Yeah, we seen the schedule. Gotta give a politically correct answer. It's not a crazy schedule. I feel like we can compete in a lot of games. You know what I mean? It's a lot of Hillsborough County has tons of talent,
and they spread it out.
Right. You know what I mean? So all the schools got talent. But I feel like we have a schedule that will allow us to be in a lot of games. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, I think we have the talent right now, and I mean, we don't know what's walking through the door, once the school year ends, with incoming 8th graders or what have you, or anybody else that might, move into the area. But I think we can be competitive in our district. I think we have, winnable games. But I mean, every game that you go out, you got to prepare. If you don't prepare, and you look past somebody, they'll put a whooping on you really quick.
Facts.
You can't come in.
Yeah, I love upsets.
Yeah,
I love upsets,
but you can't come into a game and you can't be like, oh yeah, no, we got this. No. You come in, you prepare, you do what you got to do on the field. I tell the guys a lot, let the scoreboard speak for you. You know what I mean? When dudes look up and it's 35-0, like
ain't no talking.
That's the talking that you do.
For sure.
But my thing is though, being a competitor, I'm on that. Anybody can get it. Anybody can get it. I don't care who it is. Everybody can get it. But being a head coach now, I got to kind of bring it down and kind of think about, the wording. But for me, everybody on that schedule, we coming. You know what I mean?
For sure. So, are y'all going to be a pass first team?
No.
See.
Right?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean,
because I'm going to say, these kids airing it out nowadays, they
spread and all.
Don't get me wrong. We run a spread offense. We run a zone scheme. I do love to throw the football. Don't get me wrong, but if you don't establish the run, you're going to have a tough night throwing the ball, because then they can just bracket you or play off coverage.
Play off all night.
You know what I mean? But if you're able to establish the run, and now you get a play action, now you got them, now they got to put an extra guy in the box. Mm-hmm. Now you want to put an extra guy in the box. Now we got our one-on-one matchups. Now we can take advantage.
For sure. Definitely.
Yep.
So, how y'all feel about the NFL right now? Y'all like this season? Like the Super Bowl, everything?
Yeah, I mean, For me, I'm starting to get like into college more. Like college is more exciting.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that next. I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all like college?
Yeah, college is more exciting to me. Like I watch the NFL, but it's more like just watching the game and seeing what they're doing, looking at schemes. But for me to actually be like in the like college embraces me more. Like I watch a college game, I'm excited. I'm like, ooh, okay. You know what I mean?
Do y'all pick up off of, you know what I'm saying, any NFL teams and like from the coaching perspectives and stuff like that? Do y'all like watch certain plays that they run and stuff like that and implement it into y'all game?
Right. I would say to a certain extent though, like I've never been a fan of somebody who, look what the Rams just ran this play this week and we're gonna do this. Like I'm not a fan of that. It's more of like understanding concepts, understanding why they're doing what they're doing, you know what I mean? Rather than that play looks cute, we finna run, you know what I mean? Like I'm not really on that.
Yeah, and that, just to kind of echo off of that, like for me, I've always been more into college ball than in the NFL. Don't get me wrong. I love watching the NFL or what have you. But college ball, you can still run different kind of schemes and formations and what have you, and it can still work. I mean, you still got guys that run, the wishbone or the single wing or what have you in college now. The majority of them are running, the spread and what have you. But you still got some of these teams that can come in here and still win running that, But it's crazy because within the last 3 years that I've gotten into high school ball, like Bruce was saying, I'm more looking at schemes now. Like I have my favorite teams, but even when I'm watching, like when the opponent runs something, I'm like, man, to me, it's all about execution.
Exactly.
Like, what are you doing? And then seeing how they use schemes, formations, motions, shifts, all of this to get into the play that they want or get the defense to do what they want so that they open it. You use a shift from right to left. Now you move a guy that's in the window that you're trying to throw, and now he's out of the window. So now your quarterback reads that. Okay, if he, you tell your quarterback, hey, if that guy moves over, now the window's open. If he stays, your second read is now open because now he's not in that window. This window's now open, so that's what I'm really starting to get into watching like the college ball and even the NFL ball, but saying, okay, why are you running this and what is the formation that you're using and what have you? So that's when I really get caught up.
In Kansas City, Super Bowl, Kansas City, I was like, like they was on top of it, like the jet motion we talked about.
That they were using.
All season they ran it one way. Super Bowl came back something different. Like Andy Reid was on top of his stuff that game. And I feel like that's the thing that a lot of coaches need to understand. Like, understand football, set stuff up. It's not about looking cute. It's more like chess, not checkers. You know what I mean? So Super Bowl, I was Andy Reid, like Kansas City, like they did their thing on that. Like I wasn't even mad. I wanted the Eagles to win. I wasn't mad with Kansas City when I was like they did their thing, man. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. That's what's
100%.
up. So, like, what advice could y'all give to, like, a young coach trying to get into, coaching and stuff like that?
For me, I would just say stay humble. And, again, one of our good friends says it all the time, like, it's not a contest to see who knows the most. A lot of coaches coming in want to, I know this, I know that. It's not about that. Learn. I'm an old man, I feel like, and I'm still learning every day. You know what I mean? I tell the kids all the time, I'm 38 years old, I'm still learning every single day. Every day. So it should never be to a point where you feel like you know so much you can't listen to. I learned from him. I learned from our other coaches. I learned from everybody. We were doing individual drills. Was it last week before? And I'm sitting there watching the coaches teach, and I'm picking up on, I'm learning. You know what I mean? I watch YouTube videos. Like these kids ain't no excuse why you shouldn't be a great player, a good player. There's so many resources out there. YouTube, you got stuff on the internet. You can Google whatever you need to. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
For sure.
Yeah, what I would say. I mean, obviously, when I tried to get into, I looked at the youth level. And if that's the opportunity to get in there, it gives you a good opportunity to learn, make mistakes, figure things out, what have you, and also get used to handling kids. It's not all about just, hey, you show up and you got to whistle and that's what you do.
And they're going to respond to that.
You got to understand.
You got to understand them.
And these are different kids. Like, when me and Bruce grew up, like, your coach was an authority figure. Like, you listened to him. It didn't matter. And he could dog cuss you. You know what I mean? And you were like, yes, sir. No, sir. Yeah. And, you went and you tried to please him. Like, kids nowadays, like, you could dog cuss them. They don't care. They'd be like, man, screw you, coach. I don't, so you have to figure out, correct.
I'm transferring.
And you have to figure out a way to be able to communicate and relate with them. You also got to understand what's going on. Like, I didn't understand this when I first started coaching, but then when I got into it, it's like, you don't understand what's going on at home. That kid could be dropped off at home from a coach and nobody's at the house.
Yeah,
mom's working a third job, dad's working a second job or what have you. And this kid's going home to an empty, dark house. You know what I mean? So it's not like they are all in the same situation. Some kids, the best 3 hours of their day is when they're on the field with you.
Yeah.
Practicing, playing, what have you.
They catching the ball,
and when
running
you
the ball.
think about
their mind ain't even on
like when you
house.
think about that, you're like it kind of makes you understand and realize like you have a bigger responsibility than just coming out and coaching X's and O's.
Right. You're a mentor, you're a parent, everything, really.
Just on that, I would say, like when I coached at Blake High School, this is before they tore the projects down. That was probably one of the best experiences I've had as a coach because I learned so much outside of football. Like having to take kids home. I think we had to pay a family's groceries one time. You know what I mean? Taking kids home, buying them lunch, buying them dinner. Like that was just a humbling experience. I talked to one of my kids last night. Shout out Egon. He was like, "Man, coach," he said, "You're gonna do good over there at Brandon." He's like, "Cause you understand us kids and you're relatable." You know what I mean? He's like, "You gonna kill it up there." He even want to come coach with me now. He's about to graduate college in May 6th from Norfolk State. I told him I'm gonna be there off top.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that was like my guy. You know what I mean? Like taking him home, we talked every day. Talked about girls, talked about school, you know what I'm saying? So that's probably one of the most beneficial things to me about being a coach is just being able to relate to young men.
Relating to them, yeah.
And I don't want to, it's a touchy subject, but young black men. I'm a black man, young black man, being able to touch their lives. No dad in the house. I'm a father figure. I had a kid tell me when I first started coaching, "I love you, coach," and I was like,
"Yeah,
you know what I mean?"
Yeah,
I was like, "I love you too, man." And then it was kind of awkward,
for sure.
But then it kind of became a normal thing, you know what I'm saying? And like to me, I tell this dude, "I love you" all the time. Like, "You my dude, I love you." His son, that's like nephew, you know what I mean? So it's not a crazy thing. Like in our society, everything is so, looked at a certain way, but it's not crazy to tell another man, "I love you, dude." Like stay up, "I love you, dude." You know what I mean?
And more young men need to know that. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Well, not only that, but and again, this is like us being the old heads or whatever. But back when I grew up, like a community would help. If I was in the military,
yep, exactly.
I grew up in the military. My dad, there were 2 years that he went on deployments, and my dad's not there, but there were other dads in the neighborhood that kept me in line. "Hey, man, don't be doing this, that, the other, what have you." And we got to realize as coaches and we are part of that community. We are part of trying to help these kids. "Hey, man, don't do that, don't do this, whatever."
That's why they always say, bro, it take a village to build.
Correct.
Exactly.
And
we lost that, man.
And the kids nowadays, I think it's more nowadays, like they want to know that you care about them more than just being a football player.
Right.
Like that's what I tell these kids. I'm like, I ask them, "Hey, what's your favorite music? What's your favorite, who you like?" Because I like rap music as well with them. But I'm like, "Hey, who do you like? What do you listen to?"
Yeah.
Whatever. But also ask them, "Hey, what kind of shoes you wear?" Just different things that's not football related, so that they understand. Listen, I care about you. Like I tell these kids all the time. I got kids from 6-7 years ago that when I first started coaching, and I see them around. They're grown men now, but they walk up, "Hey, what's up, coach? Man, how you doing? Hey man, how's everything? Oh, you got a business? Hey man, that's good.
That's reward, man.
Appreciate that. You know what I mean?" They're men now, but they still look at you as coach.
Yeah, for sure.
But I care about them, not just about football. I care about them to grow up and be successful men in this world because this world's crazy, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
I was waiting for you to get to the music question. We was listening to some West Coast Thursday in the weight room yesterday, and the kids is like, "Man, this is trash." I'm like, "Come on, man, this West Coast."
Yeah, I told Bruce, I said, "Hey, this West Coast stuff, man, like you better throw on some Snoop or Dre or something like that."
Yeah,
man.
you got to throw on something different like that where they might be able to, know about it.
Yeah.
They want to hear that Florida rap, man.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, Young Boy and all that.
Yeah,
I rock
Boy.
with Young Boy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. What's some of the people you grew up listening to?
Yeah, I grew up listening to Snoop, Warren G, Dre, Cube, like, you know.
40?
Yo, oh yeah, I rock with E40. The Bay music. See, like
I'm finna say that you like the Bay?
Okay. Yeah, see, I'm from LA though, like LA County. I'm from Pasadena, but LA County, and you know, LA and the Bay, we like two different worlds. You know
I already know.
But yeah, I rock with all the Bay music, Mac Dre, all that. You know what I'm saying? I be slapping it all the time.
Okay,
you know
okay.
What I mean?
What about you?
Now I'm old school. So
Wu-Tang.
You know, I like Wu-Tang. I like Nas.
You like KRS-One.
I like KRS-One. Now, don't get me wrong.
Flash.
I rock with Snoop and Dre and Eminem, but I like Ludacris, Outkast.
I rock with Ludacris.
I like Outkast.
All of that, you know. But I listen to a wide variety.
Yeah, me
you know
too,
what I mean?
Too.
And like even now with the young kids, you know, I like Polo G and NLE Chopper. I think y'all had that on, so I'm kind of listening to some of his music.
Watch this. You rock with Yak?
No.
Why not?
You know who that is?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, Kodak
Black.
Oh my God. So let me tell you this story. So the way that I relate, you know, I try to relate with the kids, like I said.
For sure.
So I told my kids last year, I said, listen, you give me one song that's hot right now, and I'm going to give you one of my old school songs. And we'll do this like once a week or once every other week. And if I like it, hey, I'll add it to the playlist. If I don't, I'll tell you, okay, whatever. So they play Super Gremlin. That was the one. And I'm like, and listen.
On, you ain't like it, man?
No, listen.
Come on, man.
Like the lyrics are tough for me, okay? Because I'm a lyrical guy, so I love lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
saying something
but the beat and the hook got me.
Yeah.
Got me. Yeah. And I added it to the playlist simply because of that. But I was just like, the lyrics, I'm like, guys, I feel you, but the lyrics just ain't grabbing me, but I added it to the playlist.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I'm starting to get more on the Tampa rap too. Like I had one of the kids I used to coach at Blake, he rap now, and then he be putting me on to all like the little local rap. So I rock with the Tampa rap. I'm starting to become a fan of that too.
Yeah, for sure. Them kids, I mean, you know, kids gonna always know what's going on. So you gotta, you know, ask them what's like who to tap into, you know what I'm saying, play this.
Right.
Like ask them the song y'all wanna come out to, stuff like that, you know. You know, get the stadium rocking.
Exactly.
For sure.
I mean, because it's about them. I need everybody vibing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So like y'all are y'all big on ESPN? Y'all watch ESPN a lot?
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay. I got the little app, you know, when you get the little like all that, I need to know.
So you like First Take or you like skipping on Shannon? Undisputed.
See, Skip got on my
I don't really
when he said the little stuff he said, I was like, but I rock with Shannon, but I would say I'll probably go First Take though.
I go First Take. Yeah. And he holding it down Dolo, so
yeah,
I like that.
I like Skip and Shannon for Shannon. Skip has never been. I mean, I got off the Skip bus when he was still on ESPN.
Okay.
I used to like Stephen A, but Stephen A's just getting
different.
A little preachy for me
now.
he's different. You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie though. I used to like Stephen A, but he want to be one way one minute, then the next way he want to be this way. Like you gotta, you know, he said he don't change
getting that bag. Stephen A getting that bag. So he got different communities. He got to make sure he tap into so he keep getting that bag.
And see, I like Shannon, even though I don't agree with Shannon all the time. But Shannon gives you like those real, you know what I mean? Like Shannon came from a poor house. Him and his brother.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, but he tells you, hey, look, I went through this, I went through that, just like you were talking about John Morant, you know, and he was talking about that. He's like, listen, man, like somebody needs to get in his ear. Like this ain't that anymore. You know, sometimes you gotta, I think I've heard like Steve Harvey talk about it too. He's like, look, some of my dudes, some of my homeboys, I had to leave them behind because I'm growing. They're not growing with me. It's not a bad thing, but you know, I can't be in that world anymore. I got to be in this world, you know? So
I started rocking with Shannon when I saw him with that black and mild. I was like, oh man, Shannon Sharp is on that. Like, okay, I like that. He got a black and mild and a little Hennessy and all that. Yeah.
What's some of the sports podcasts y'all watch?
Man, I listened to I was listening to it this morning. So I listen to like a lot of coaches podcasts.
Okay.
Again, like I said, I'm always trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? So I listen to different coaches podcasts when either they're talking about offenses or they're talking about different defensive schemes. I listen to all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? I listened to I had a run like a couple weeks ago. I was listening to like stuff about Nick Saban. Yeah. Because to me, he's pretty much the GOAT of coaching right now, especially at the collegiate level.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So I've been listening to a lot of his stuff and see what he got going on. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm new to the podcast world, so like the Pat McAfee show, I've been kind of watching that. There's I think Dan Le Batard's got like a podcast or whatever. But like I said, I'm new to all of that.
For
but
sure.
like I'm like Bruce, like I'm catching like podcasts of coaches talking and clips
of
coaches talking and things like that, because it gets you into your mindset. Like Bruce said, we're always learning. We are always learning. We got a group chat that we're in.
Yeah, they got
constantly.
I want to say they got a channel, YouTube channel called like the Coaches Tribune on the on YouTube.
So you just put me on.
For
sure.
For real.
But it's a whole bunch of little podcasts out there, man. It's a whole bunch of them, especially like to do with coaching and trying to build kids up and stuff like that. And X's and O's, you know what I'm saying? They teaching everything on that. Definitely. For sure.
Let me ask you a question real quick. So you went to what position did you play when you was in high school? You look like you're athletic a little bit though.
Yeah, man.
What you used to play, man?
I used to play slot. I used to play, you know what I'm saying, linebacker. I used to play rover. I used to play a little bit of corner a little bit too.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was an athlete all over.
You was knocking stuff down out there? You was hitting some? Okay.
Yeah, I was hitting some for sure.
I love slot receivers.
Yeah, for sure.
Slot receivers like that's the
them
guy.
Dogs.
Yeah,
that's them dogs.
See, I'll be slot. And then I revert right over to the rover.
Oh yeah,
I'm covering him all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm running up and down the field with the slot man all day.
You found out you was locking stuff down out there, man.
For sure, man.
You doing that? All right.
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
You got to get on them slot guys.
Oh yeah,
them slot guys will do some damage on you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, I'm gonna say the best slot man right now. He ain't even really a slot, but Devo.
Oh yeah,
Devo, man. He come out that slot so tough, like. Debo Samuel?
Jalen Waddle now.
No, Jalen Waddle. Yeah. See, Jalen Waddle.
I like Debo. I rock with Debo.
Debo is a dude.
Give me Debo, man.
But I like Debo because
Debo bullying.
They can do so many different things with him.
Yep.
And I think I'm hoping, that obviously being a Dolphins fan, that they do the same with Jalen Waddle. I think you can, because like with what Shanahan does with Debo, and again, this is me being the coach. All the motions and all, I mean, you can line them up in the backfield, you can line them up in slot, tight end.
And all we got to do, two people got to be focused on this, man.
Correct.
Every time.
Correct.
Whether he over here, over there, on the sideline, I got to worry about him.
And for an offensive coordinator, that's
amazing.
One thing that you're looking for. Because if I can take an extra pair of eyes and put it on him, then I can use motion just as eye candy. I ain't even worried about going to him because I'm getting you looking that way and I'm hitting you backside. You know what I'm saying? So to have a guy like that, to be able, and the way we look at it in our offense, so we have the way that we line it up, you've got your X and your Z that's outside, you got your Y that normally is in the slot, but you can also put him as a tight end. Your H, that's that dude. Yep. That's that dude that you can put in motion. He can run any route. You can hand the ball off if you need to him. You can motion him in the backfield, whatever. So, to me, that's what Debo Samuel's doing that at the highest level.
I'm already knowing. But Jalen Waddle, he definitely ain't peaked yet though. He on the way.
Yeah, he on the way.
He on the way. He coming.
With Tariq taking all of that, is coming.
I'm already knowing.
What Miami gonna do with the first pick though? First round pick.
We don't have a first round pick because of the Tom Brady thing. No, because we were tampering with Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Trying to recruit Tom.
Thing. So we lost our first round pick this year. Yeah. But we need to go offensive line because at this point you have got to build a wall in front of Tua Tagovailoa.
So keep Tua.
He is that dude. Absolutely.
Keep Tua. Bring Lamar.
Listen. Keep Tua.
Bring
because
Lamar.
If you look at Tua. You keep Tua. Tua fits that offense perfectly. You need an accurate passer. I love Lamar to death, but his accuracy is not what Tua is. It's not what Tua is. I'm telling you.
But they say
Tua was the MVP 10 games into the season. He was killing it before he got injured.
Tua better than Lamar Jackson.
As a passer, yes.
Is Tua better than Lamar Jackson?
As a passer, yes.
As a football player, no.
As a football player.
As a football player, no.
As a football player, no. But as a passer, we need a passer. We don't need a runner.
Who is it?
We got plenty of runners.
In the Super Bowl, who's the two quarterbacks in the Super Bowl?
Jalen Hurts.
Are they pocket pass? Are they pure quarterbacks?
No.
Dual threat. Give me
dual threat.
Give me my dog.
I'm saying though, you like
that's where we disagree. I
guess. You like Kyler, the boy out there in Arizona over him? You'll take him over?
Would I take Kyler Murray over Tua? No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I want to take Kyler, though. I want to take Kyler.
I feel like they in like the same lane, but the thing is, like, Tua just got more weapons right now. You get what I'm saying? And Tua a little bit more experience with the college and winning in college and stuff like that.
Coming from Bama.
But I want to see Tua,
though. I will take accuracy from a quarterback over anything. If you are an accurate passer, if you're going to complete 70% of your passes or more, I will take that all day long than a guy that runs around and does all of that.
See, it's not run around and do it. It's not because that, bro.
I know. Come on, man. But what I'm saying is, you look at Patrick Mahomes. Okay, does he run out of necessity, or does he run because it's a choice? He runs out of necessity.
Right.
If he's able to stay in the pocket, step up, and throw the football, that's what he's going to do.
That's what makes him dangerous.
Man, when he start running, you better worry about that downfield. That's hot.
But exactly. You know what? Those hits will start to catch up. That's why I'm saying I'll take an accurate pocket passer, because at the end of the day, that guy's going to do that from year 1 to year 15. Okay, why do you think Tom Brady played for 20 plus years? I mean, I don't like the guy, but I respect his game.
How you don't like him if you respect his game?
I can respect his game, but not like the guy.
You don't like him as a football player.
He got to win. I mean, you got to respect the championships regardless.
Listen. We
can
get into a whole another conversation about that. But what I'm saying is, Tom Brady has been a pocket passer his entire career.
For sure.
Okay? He wants to read a defense and get the ball out of his hands. And you can play 20 plus. Look at Peyton Manning. He did the same thing. You can play 18, 20 years. But you look at Michael Vick, the case in point. Look at Michael Vick. Michael Vick ran around, this, that, and the third. He got injured. Guess what? Michael Vick played, 10 years? Okay.
But Michael Vick, them
hits are going to add up. And if you've never been on an NFL sideline and hear those collisions, you should know. You just said about your body. Listen, those things aren't it's not just pretty. Pow. It's freaking wham. I mean, like, it's nothing like you've ever heard in your life. I promise you. When I got to sit on the sideline, because when I was a reporter, they would let the reporters on the field the last 6 minutes. And all I wanted to do was just get as close as possible just to hear, and the speed of the game, you hear these collisions, like, I give those dudes the utmost respect. What they do with their bodies on a weekly basis is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, but Lamar, I feel like he got to get out of Baltimore. There ain't no winning there.
I would agree. I'm not saying Lamar is not a great quarterback. I don't think Lamar. I mean, listen, you bring Lamar in Miami with those weapons, are they going to be successful? Absolutely. Okay. I just love the accuracy portion of Tua, and I think he fits the offense that Mike McDaniels has.
Tua one hit away. He was almost
damn near. He was damn near. He was damn near.
He a pocket passer.
You are absolutely correct.
He talking about hits. Tua, he a pocket passer.
Absolutely correct. That's why I said build a wall in front of him. Don't let him get touched.
Yeah, he needed a wall, boy. He definitely need a wall. He definitely need him a wall.
Let me ask you a question real quick. I ask everybody from Tampa this. Who is the best player you've seen in Hillsborough County when you was playing?
In my generation or all together?
Your generation. When you was playing, give me some. Give me a top 3, whatever you got.
All right, I'm going to give you a top 3. Around that time, I'm going to tell you. I didn't play. I was.
Now, when did you go to Spoto?
From
what years?
09 to 13.
Yeah.
See, I got a couple.
I'm gonna hear my
So boom, I'm finna tell you.
Yeah.
I'm finna bust down some names. I'll probably give you 5.
All right, give me 5.
All right, I'm gonna tell you. You might know these names. Dante Fowler, Lakewood.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You got Nelson Aguilar.
Oh yeah.
Robinson.
Yeah.
Okay. You had James Waddle.
Thank you.
Plant.
I was waiting.
Okay.
James Waddle Jr.
I'm first hand with. I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, this man huge.
He was a beast.
He was a beast.
And played both ways.
But boom, besides him, he was just a little guy on that team. You had Allen Sampson. You had Aaron Murray. You had
Aaron
oh
Murray.
Man, this is around the time, so it's like I'm seeing Quentin Williams at Jefferson. They getting off.
Yeah.
I'm watching Andre Davis. You feel me? These my boys now. Like I still.
What school was Andre Davis at?
Jefferson.
Oh, Jefferson too.
Yeah, They won a championship. 2011.
State.
2010.
2010. My bad.
Yep.
2010, basically at 20 going into 2011 season. Yeah. So they won, and who else? You know Bernard Reedy?
No, I don't know. I ain't from Tampa. You know, I'm
Lakewood. He went to Bernard. He played for the Bucks a little bit too, and the Falcons, and I think in Chicago.
Yeah.
But Bernard Reedy was one of them.
You want to know who was better than Aaron Murray?
Who?
Robert Marv.
Robert Marv. Yeah. I was finna say he right before him. Yeah, Robert Marv.
Playing too?
Yes.
He's at plant too?
So Aaron Murray followed Robert Marv.
It was like 3 on them, back to back. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Yep.
It was like that,
there was a third one. I can't remember his name. He went to Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah.
The third one. I forgot his name.
Marv went to Miami?
Marv went to Miami.
Then
he transferred to Purdue.
Yep.
So he blew his knee out in Miami. He comes to Purdue and he blows his other knee out at Purdue. Yeah.
So Marv and then Aaron Murray.
So Marv and then Aaron Murray.
And then
Marv won the state title in 2005. Murray won it in 07 and I believe 08 with James Wilder.
No. Murray was playing when I was in high school. Murray was playing in 09, 2010 still.
Yeah, but I think he was that's what I'm saying.
They won in I want to say they won 08 and 09.
Yeah, they won back-to-back with Wilder, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. They won 08.
Because they played Lakeland when Lakeland was still, obviously they just won a state title this year.
Right. Yeah.
But they played Lakeland because Lakeland back in the 2000s, like Lakeland was that's Rainey, the Pouncey twins, Ahmad Black, all of them back then.
James Wilder freshman year, I want to say had to be a year before mine because I think I think he graduated 2011 or 2012, one of those two.
Yeah.
So he like a year ahead of me. You feel me? But you had Allen Sampson. You had some boys over there. Allen Sampson went to Hawaii. But I don't know where he at now. But we had some boys though.
Yeah.
You had some boys in Tampa. Like as it progressed or whatever, like now, I really don't know who from Tampa now, like honestly.
For real.
I can't really tell you, but I know back then when I was out there trying to compete, these was the dogs.
To give you, this is where I show my age again as well. So I played with Keith Newman, who went to the NFL, and then Riche Caldwell.
Riche.
He was a freshman my junior year. And he didn't even. Here's the crazy thing about Riche, how good he was.
See, we were looking at the people like Lewis Murphy. You get what you're saying, like Riche.
Yeah.
See, I was looking up. We like 3-4 years behind Lewis Murphy them. So we trying to get where he at. You feel me? At the Gators, we seeing him, Chris Rainey, Jeff Demps.
Oh yeah.
We seeing all of them.
Yeah. And Riche as a freshman came in and wasn't even the starting running back. So we had him. He was a backup running back. He returned kicks and punts, right? So I want to say it was the third game of the year. He returns 2 punts for touchdowns. The next week, coach puts him in at starter. He was never a backup again. So he rushed for, I want to say it was over 1,000 yards in like 9 games because we went to the playoffs. So it was like 9 or 10 games, and he rushed for over 1,000 yards. Then the following year, they were trying to figure out quarterback, what have you. They had to put Riche at quarterback. And obviously, I believe it was his senior year, he had like 3,000 or 4,000 all-purpose yards. I think he was Mr. Florida. Yeah. Like it was crazy how good he was. They were 14-1. They lost in the state title game.
Guess who? Who he lose against?
I'd have to find out.
What one of the Miami team was it?
I don't know. It might have been. Maybe St. Thomas Aquinas, they got them.
It's crazy. That factory. But a school I did leave out though around that time was Arnwood. Arnwood was doing their thing around that time. And I'm talking about they had so much talent.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't even name all them boys. Matt Jones,
Jones.
Matt Jones played.
Arnwood.
What position he played?
Running back.
Running back?
He went to Florida and then he went to the Redskins.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. See, they not even just him though. I think he around that time, I think he was trying to come in at second. It was somebody before him.
Yes, I remember. I don't remember.
I don't remember the names.
His number was 32. I don't remember his name. He was a dude.
But my school never got to play Arnwood around the time, so I never really was like worrying about the names or whatever. Man, they were sending people just like Plint. They sent the whole team. Yeah. The whole team was going D1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But that was the thing with Arnwood. Arnwood always ran into those Miami teams, Miami Northwest, Miami Central. Yep. Those dudes, listen, those dudes down south, like I'd love to go.
They a different breed.
Once we get our program the way that we want it, I'd love to go down there and compete with those dudes.
For sure.
Yeah. Hillsborough County got some talent though, for real.
Yeah. See, I'm originally from over here.
Yeah.
I moved out there when I was in 9th grade, though.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I'm originally from Pinellas County.
Okay,
And you know what's so crazy
okay.
about Pinellas County, though,
What's
bro?
that?
Still to this day, don't have no high school championship in history.
For real?
No Florida
Yeah.
high school championship.
Yep, he's right.
You feel me? And on my mama, like when we was like when I played Little League my whole life growing up out here. But we wanted, me and my dogs, we wanted to all go to one high school.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it ain't work like that. I went to
it's
Tampa.
crazy.
They went over there. Some of them went to St. Pete. Some of them dropped out. All type of stuff. But we was all talented, supposed to be trying to build ourselves to go to one high school, the whole county. But everybody just started doing
What's the
different
dominant
stuff.
high school in Pinellas?
Lakewood. That's it.
I was
Lakewood
about to
and
say,
CCC.
with Lakewood and CCC.
That's it.
Like, you would
What's
think
CCC?
with Lakewood, they
Clearwater?
would at least get Clearwater Central Catholic.
Okay, yeah.
You would think that with Lakewood, all that talent, they get one, man.
But I'm saying, though, you remember when Largo was...
Largo, Gibbs, Cardinal Mooney. Hey.
I ain't got to tell you, huh? I ain't got to tell you. But, like, we'll be pressing it, going. And it's just like one of the Miami teams, we got to see the Miami teams over here.
Got to.
We got to see the Miami teams over Orlando.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they even got some little talent up north I've been seeing, like,
For real?
in that Marion County, that Jacksonville, that Venice Beach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's certain little teams that's out there, but you know
Venice, don't forget about Venice.
Yeah,
now.
Venice.
Them, those
Venice.
are them dudes, boy.
Then you got like little certain teams like in Pensacola.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was it Pine Forest?
Yeah, Pine Forest.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. I be on the high school the sports still to this day.
Yeah.
Cause like I watch it so much. Cause I mainly watch a lot of the Texas and the Cali though. Cause they be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Man, cool, that Cali, man. That's what I said. Dog, let me tell you.
I know.
about them
Let me tell you.
What school you went to in Cali? I mean, to ask
I
you
went
that.
to John Muir High School.
Who?
John Muir.
John Muir. I don't know that one.
See, we wasn't. You know
It
what I
ain't no
mean?
popular high
We played
school.
against Poly and we played against Modern Day and all them kind of schools.
Man, listen, them boy, man, I just be telling my dogs like, bro, all we need is them. All we need, they don't have the talent we got. Not saying y'all don't got the size, but
Right.
I'm talking about the athleticism. If we get behind them linemen or the people that they got,
Man, check me out. Hold on, check me out. So when I was at Blake, we used to have this argument all the time. California, Florida, who is the better football? Texas, Ohio. I'm like, California has the best football players. Florida has the better athletes. I'm like, it's a difference. Florida got the athletes off top.
QBs and O-linemen.
California
That's
has
what's
the better
the
football
difference?
players.
QBs and linemen.
So Florida has athletes who's going to move around, can run, jump. California has better complete football players.
They got complete football programs.
Right.
I give you that.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Well, and I will say this with California and Texas and even Georgia, Florida is behind now
definitely.
because they are not about paying their coaches.
Yeah,
You know
for
what
sure.
I mean?
Even supporting.
Whether you're
Even
whether
fully
you're
support.
a teacher or you're not. I mean, in Georgia, in Texas, and in California, like coaches are paid to coach high school football. You know what I mean? And if you were to have, and there was a story a couple weeks ago I was reading that there are quality coaches that are leaving the state of Florida and going to these states because they get the ability to coach
Yeah, for sure.
and be paid just to coach and game plan. But you also have to understand, you got these schools up in Georgia. If you ain't making the playoffs, 2-3 years, you gone.
Yep.
Deuces.
Glad
You know what I
down.
mean?
Yep.
But to me, I think I would really love to see Florida. And again, I would have to do a little more knowledge to figure out what it is. But I really would love to see these Florida high schools with the talent that they have really get more quality coaches in there. Try to, pay them to give. I mean, listen, I haven't been paid to coach a day in my life.
I'm paying you this
because
year,
I
though.
do it
You're getting paid
exactly.
this year. I'm
But
paying
I
you
do
this
it
year.
because I love it. You know what I mean? But can you imagine if you're getting paid, even if you're getting paid 5 figures, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Just the coach.
To me, that's now you're on campus. You know what I mean? Now you're able. Maybe you're not a
See,
teacher,
like,
but
cause you
you're at
seen
least-
like the model day coaches, the model day and
Oh,
St.
yeah.
Bosco coaches. Man,
Yeah.
they been there forever.
Yeah.
Like they been there forever. Like
Exactly.
I
and
ain't
that's
know-
how you build a
Yeah.
program. You can't have a coach every 3 years and then expect to be successful.
Now you have to change the culture
I
again.
think they
or
showed
change
the
culture
modern day
again.
coach. I think they showed the modern day coach when I was just watching their little championship
Yeah.
game. I was like, that man been there for a long time.
Yeah.
I see why the program running like how I run.
Exactly.
You feel me? And then like I just like how you said, brother, the better football program. I'm not saying like ain't nothing wrong with dressing up, looking cute when you go out
Right.
there to the field. But like when you see them Texas boys and you see them Cali boys, they down there playing Jane.
Yep.
They down there
Yep.
playing Jane,
It's
like
about
real
football.
deal.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because that's what they live for. They just want to come out. You know, they'll put whatever on, and they gonna come out. They gonna beat you, and then they. But
the only thing I knock about the Cali football, bro, y'all just can't. They can't produce the athletes. Like they just can't produce all the athletes. They got QBs and linemen,
bro.
Y'all got DJ.
The greatest college football player, in my opinion, of all time, Reggie Bush.
I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers.
Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush.
What you finna say?
My opinion. I would say modern.
Well, you see what I say? I was finna say you say Aaron Rodgers. What you talking about?
Lawrence Taylor.
Oh yeah. But he's not from Cali.
I'm old.
He's not from Cali.
I'm old. But you saying that the best
college football player,
the best college football player, Vince Young.
Man.
Tim Tebow. I don't even know where you going at with that one. Man. Tim Tebow, man. Tim Tebow. But if that's what y'all want to say,
this is what I'm going to say.
Watch Reggie Bush. Go back and watch Reggie Bush.
This is what I'm going to say.
Go back and watch Reggie Bush.
He was sharing the backfield though.
With Lindell White, he's still getting off.
And Lindell was getting off too though.
He was. And you tell me who's the star of that game. It ain't Reggie Bush.
All you gotta do is watch a couple of them scrambles.
Are you kidding? The 2006,
watch a couple of them scrambles. I give him that. Now
the last one when he scored, I'll give you that.
Okay, then that's all that matters.
He had almost 500 yards total offense, bro. Are you kidding me?
Bro, he was.
Listen, the dude that was chasing him was at least like 7 yards behind him too.
Yeah. But he was different though. Reggie Bush, my guy though, man. I gotta go.
I'm not saying Reggie Bush wasn't one of the greatest.
You take Reggie Bush away, you still get the same thing with your boy.
No,
you don't think so?
I would disagree with you on that.
Lindell and Reggie Bush.
He was like that though.
He was
like that. Not like that.
What they call it? Lightning and thunder. Lightning and thunder. Thunder and lightning. Reggie Bush.
All right, but you take Lindell right away. Take him away.
Okay.
Take him away.
Yep.
All right, we only got to worry about Reggie Bush now. This man actually gave you something to worry about when Reggie Bush out.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
This is what I'm saying. Like, man, you got to respect him now.
Bro,
like,
I say that though. Hold on. I say that though. You say ain't no athletes coming out of Cali. Reggie Bush was an athlete.
I say Reggie Bush and DJ and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And then like everybody else lineman.
Yeah.
Or a quarterback.
Okay. So arguably, who's the greatest quarterback all time? I want to hear your opinion.
I mean, you got to give it to Tom. But
where Tom from?
Cali.
But I told you that though. I said that. I said quarterbacks and linemen.
Right. He said quarterbacks and linemen.
So and then you got Texas. He got a good point. Then you got Texas. You got linemen and a little bit of receivers.
Running back. Who? Give me your top 5 running backs all time.
Oh, my top 5 running backs all time.
Top 3, whatever. Give me some running backs.
I give you Walter Peyton.
Okay. It's a tough one, I know. It's tough. All time.
Jim Brown.
Yes, sir.
Jim Brown.
Yes,
just because I seen what that man was doing. Like that man was doing something. He was doing something.
Over
Jim Brown,
12,000 yards in 9
I'm not gonna put
seasons.
Barry Sanders in there because
he cut it short.
He cut it short.
Yeah. Wow.
No championship.
Okay. All right.
No nothing. He didn't.
That's his opinion, man.
That's his
opinion. You get what I'm saying? But man, it's hard for that last one. It's hard for that last one.
Go ahead and say OJ.
Because you can say.
Give me OJ.
No, I'm not gonna say OJ.
I can't get OJ.
He's thinking Emmett.
Yeah.
You thinking Emmett?
Yeah, I was gonna say Emmett.
Hey.
You gotta go Emmett.
I can't get OJ.
You gotta go Emmett. Emmett all-time leading rusher now.
Emmett had the O-line. What?
So?
What am I supposed to do without my O-line? That's what we paid. That's what they play. All right, now say if you had a 5-star studded offensive lineman, you ain't gonna be mad.
You hear it all the time. You give Barry Sanders Dallas O-line.
Of course. But come on. You get listen, and here and of course you give Dan Marino any defense, he got 2 Super Bowl rings easy. Come on, man.
No, that. Come on, man. I don't like his last
OJ?
year. No, OJ, I'm talking about Emmitt Smith last year. That's the only reason I just fight with that.
Yeah. I agree. The Arizona thing, that it's almost like MJ going to play for the Wizards. You know what I mean? It was like weird. Come on, you know.
You should have just hung it up.
But for me, top 3 is I would have Barry, Walter, and Jim Brown.
For sure.
I feel like ain't Jim Brown from Cali too? I feel like Jim Brown from Cali.
Man, Jim Brown ain't from Cali.
He tried to
I don't know where he's from. I think he's from Alabama, Mississippi somewhere, man.
Like that handy dandy Google.
Yeah, pull him up.
I bet he from Cali, man.
I bet you he's not from Cali.
Cali got some running backs.
I promise you he's not from Cali.
Now notice.
I bet you he's from New York.
Nah, heck no.
You see how you ain't know that? You see how you ain't say bring up no Florida.
You ain't named no Florida.
Exactly.
We're running back your name from Florida.
Man, we got some talent.
Smith.
Emmett Smith.
What you talking about?
That's right. Yeah.
You got Fred Taylor. You got Edrin James. Do I gotta keep going?
Edrin James. Yeah. Clinton
the
Portis.
Edge. Clinton Portis. Do I gotta keep going?
Yep.
He talking about yep.
So here we go. So
you got Derrick Henry
for you. Here's a question for you.
Come on now. That's what I'm saying.
Who would you consider is the greatest college football team of all time that you've seen?
I'm gonna say. Let me before you rebuttal back. Let me say UM.
What year?
The old one, you know, Clint. 02, 01. Yeah.
Absolutely.
UM, and then you got. I'm not gonna lie. Our Gators in the LSU 2019, 08 Gators in that LSU 2019 team. That's them two teams.
I hear you, man. That 04.
What, the Trojans?
The 04 or 05?
Yeah.
The 04.
I mean, I was just that year. It was over
year
after
with
that.
Mike Williams and Jeff Jarrett.
They had a little
Steve
run.
Smith.
Come on, man.
It was over after that. That's why I don't give those. That's why I don't give that Vince Young team and that
the 08
USC.
Gators were nice.
But we had the 07 Gators. We had the 06 Gators. We had the 08. It kept going until your boy left.
2013 Florida State now.
They up there. They top 5.
When you beat teams by 30 plus
they
points
top
a
5.
game.
They top 5.
Who's quarterback 06 Florida? Who's the quarterback?
Chris Lee.
Lee. And then Tebow.
Yeah.
Tebow was that was his freshman year.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Chris Lee.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So you got to think about it for real. Not like.
Yeah.
Listen, that Florida team.
But that Florida State team, I give you that one too though. They top 5. But I'm telling you, LSU did their thing in 2019. They definitely pushed themselves up there.
Justin Jefferson.
That wasn't Saban LSU. That was Les Miles.
That was no. That was Ogeron.
Oh,
yeah, that was Ed Ogeron.
They won the championship.
Yeah, 2019.
Okay,
yeah, not the 05. We're not the 05. I don't really care about that.
I think you told. Okay,
yeah, that one wasn't really nothing.
Yeah,
you talking about the one?
The 03 LSU was Saban.
Yeah, the 03. My bad.
Yeah,
that wasn't really nothing.
Yeah.
And then they did go to, I think they went to something in the 05, didn't they? And they lost to Ohio State.
LSU?
Yeah. Or did they?
I think that was before the college playoff. I think that was still the BCS.
Yeah. I want to say they lost to Ohio State. That's when Ted Ginn was up there. That was a nice team too, though. Troy Smith them. That was a nice team.
That was a nice team.
That was a nice team.
Boy, did
but they all
Gators
flopped.
Put it on.
Yeah.
Man, how y'all ain't say Alabama though?
Alabama what?
What year? What year Alabama?
They switch.
What?
They do too much switching.
Any year. They do too much switching.
The question was the greatest college football team of all time?
Yeah.
Yes. And they do too much switching.
Like one team.
Yeah.
Or like we saying
just one team, not program.
Okay, I got you.
Just one team.
Yeah. All right. See, they didn't have we knew they was gonna win, but at the same time they don't have no.
That's different because you can look at the 80s. That's the U all day. You know what I'm saying? You look at the 90s, it could be a different. You could look at, whether it's Florida State or what have you, the 2000s. Now you're starting to look at the Alabamas and LSU and what have you.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we getting to the bottom of the half of this podcast, man. I'm definitely been loving to chop it up with y'all boys, man. Definitely, man. Big gems. You know what I'm saying? Any shout outs and any motivation y'all want to give out to y'all players, and you know what I'm saying? Let them know like where to tap in with this program at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shout out the whole Hillsborough County, man. Like, I moved here 8 years ago, and I just obviously I'm still here. You know what I mean? I love just the environment. I love the culture. I love the people. You know what I'm saying? I just love the area. So I'm not one of those guys that's gonna knock anybody else. All the coaches in the county, I wish them, the best. Me being competitive, like we want everybody head off top. We want everybody head. But shout out to Brandon High School, the Instagram. What I can't even think of right now. Brandon Eagles football. The Instagram. Follow it. Just showing the boys love. You know what I mean? Shout out to Blake High School. That's where I started at. Shout out to Sumner High School. Shout out to everybody, man. I just want to see, again, to me, ultimately it's about the kids. if you at Plant, you at Riverview, you at Jefferson, I just want to see everybody win. I remember one year, I don't mean to get into my stories, we played against, I was at Blake, we played against Steinbrenner, and they had this linebacker that was on every, he was just, I'm like, God. So I hit him up on Twitter afterwards, like, man, you that real deal, man. He was like, I appreciate it, coach. And then ever since then, I've been following him. I reached out to some dudes I know, like, hey, this is linebacker to school we played at Steinbrenner High School. Y'all should check him out. You know what I mean? So I just want to see just the kids in Hillsborough County be successful. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's the biggest thing for me. But right now it's Brandon, though. You know what I mean? Man. Brandon on mine.
Shout out to Brandon, man. Shout out to Brandon High School.
We coming back, man. We coming back. It's going to be.
Pride's coming back.
Yeah, my thing, I'm a big Nipsey Hussle fan, and I live by his words, like it's a marathon, not a race. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a process, but we're gonna get back where we need to be.
For sure, man. Y'all ready to be running out the tunnel on Friday nights under the lights?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We trying to show these boys something that they haven't seen before. You know what I mean? They deserve it, especially the seniors and the guys who've been there. They deserve to see something different, and that's what we're there for. You asked, we were just talking about it back there in the green room. I've been on my phone. Boom, boom, just trying to make things work, business deals, trying to get sponsors, trying to get people to give food, trying to get, just trying to make the program, just trying to get these boys everything they deserve, you know what I mean? Even recruiting-wise, I'm hitting coaches up. We start practicing in April for spring. All right, come through, check us out. All right, coach, we're going to be there, you know what I mean? So I'm just trying to get the kids everything they deserve, man. It's the whole Hillsborough County. We had a kid from Sumner last year. Hey, coach, my dude at Sumner, I'm not there anymore, but y'all should go check him out. There's some kids over there too, you know what I mean? So it's just about, I just want to see everybody win. Ultimately, I feel like as a society, we got to get back to that, seeing everybody win and want to see everybody be successful rather than pulling, you know what I mean? What's the point of hating, man? You know what I mean? Ain't no point in doing that. Shout out to my mom, but she just raised me a certain way, and that's just what I've been on, you know what I mean? I want to see everybody win. I want to see everybody be successful, you know what I'm saying? I got a good heart. I just want to see, that part. I just want to see that.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. For sure.
I just got, a shout out, obviously, to Brandon High School, giving my man the opportunity, and him bringing us along, what have you. We got mentors, Anthony Davis, Adam Hill, John Sproul, guys like that. Yeah. Obviously, like our kids.
Shout out the whole Brandon coaches. Let's give them all a shout out. Coach E, Coach Corey, Coach Jew. Who am I missing? Coach Zoe, Coach Tyson. Yep. So shout out to all them. When I came on, I was like, everybody I'm bringing on gonna be solid dudes. We're not gonna be on no hating stuff. He's coming to me like, hey, this coach reached out to him. I'm like, who is he? If he got any kind of flaw in his name, we not. Nah, I'm good. Everybody's solid. We all family. I'd have been to his house. Him and his kid and my kid be texting each other and all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So
for sure.
It got to be love like that. So shout out to the Brandon High School football coaches, man.
For sure, man. Definitely, man. This is We Are Florida Podcast, man. We back with another one, man. Presented by Mix One Essentials, man. And guess what, man? Go Brandon High School. Let's ride, man.
Up, man.
Yes, sir.
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Fly Eagles fly, baby.
Fly Eagles fly, man. Let's go.